So let's all give Patrick a nice round of applause. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hello. How are ya? I'm hoping I turn not blue in 15, 14, 13, whatever. Hi. Hello. I'm Patrick Roddy, and I fight scumbags with truth and love and compassion and respect. And this is a spiritual battle. You've seen today more. We don't need more evidence. The evidence that I've got, I live in San Francisco. We get prevailing winds off 7,000 miles of clear ocean, and yet in my rainwater I get 540 micrograms per liter of aluminum. So yeah. And what I did, I went to the Paris Climate Conference. I wrote a paper in a day, the human health impacts of proposed geoengineering solutions, and it just laid out, this is what they say they're going to do, here's the evidence that they're doing it, and here's a bunch of people are getting hurt. And boy, are they getting hurt. 2011, the death rate, the respiratory failure overtook stroke to become the third leading cause of death. Last year in England and Wales, their death rate jumped 5.4% in 1 year with no explanation. When I posted that on Facebook, an Italian Facebook friend said, "Do you think that's bad? Check out Italy." Their death rate went up 11.4% in 1 year. Their overall death rate, they have not seen a rise like that since there were a land battle in World War II with, General Patton was going through the place. So no one's talking about it. And of course they won't, because it's covert. We now are in a war. And this war is being fought by foot soldiers like me, like Chris, like Matt, like Amanda. We are fighting a war. But not all wars are fought with swords and shields and tanks and bombs and stuff, because this being a spiritual battle, we are on the side with the ice cream and the puppies. They are on, oh really? It's just everything has a reverse. They are our reverse, and we shouldn't go, our goal should not be to hurt them or to get rid of them, because if there was no shadow in this room, you wouldn't be able to see anything. It'll be all white. You'd be aware, but you need, it's the spice of life. And I affectionately call them the scumbags. The scumbags are the people who decided to implement, the spraying program, as well as the vaccines and the smart meters and all the wars, all that stuff. That is the enemy. And if you need to understand the enemy, we already know who it is. It is a mob. A mob is a group of individuals who band together for their own common interest. They'll fight amongst themselves, but whatever they do, they'll decide everybody underneath them, their prey. They are predators/parasites. We've always had them, we always will. Every ecosystem has them. It's just part of nature. But once they move more from being parasites over to predators, we have to say no. And we don't ask no, we say no. Everyone here has a soul and a spirit, and with that spirit comes will. Will. I don't know how many, raise your hand if you're a parent. Parents, okay, right? When your child was 2 years old, or whatever age it was, he or she was, and learned the word no, When you wanted that 2-year-old to do something that you wanted to do and that 2-year-old didn't, until you convinced that 2-year-old that that was the course to happen, the 2-year-old is not going to do that. It's a force of nature you just cannot resist. The will can plow through mountains. Every one of us has this enormous power. And if anyone's been watching my stuff over the last 6 months or a year and noticed the change of what I've been saying more and more about spirituality because I've met it and it's real, and she's pissed about what's going on. And she, I'll use she, has given me so many gifts and opportunities. I never rehearse a speech. I just get up and talk. The last one I did was at the EPA hearing. You get so many gifts. You're given exactly what you need. You're never given any extraneous information. And every time something wonderful happens, it also helps you towards your goal, your path, your assignment. I feel like I'm an agent. And, trust your gut. I could work for the other side, but everything is a fractal. Last week, was on board the Queen Mary in Long Beach, California, at the Weather Modification Association annual meeting. And they had on their website, they said, oh, hey, we're accepting proposal abstracts for presentations to give at the conference, deadline March 31st. The first freaking paragraph of my paper, at the top it says, abstract, copy, paste, send. Oh, actually, yeah, we're all full up, and since you're not going to be able to present, we'll happily refund your conference fee. But if you do really still want to come, we're nice people, really. You'll need to sign and return a non-member press agreement. But the thing is, the other side aren't that smart. We're the side with creativity and inspiration and everything just freaking, oh, there it is, of course. Right beside the button where it said 325 whatever for the thing, on the other side it was, click here for your membership, 75, PayPal, click. So I was a member. I wrote back and said, it's okay, I will be coming, and no need to send that because I'm a member. And I sort of did rain on their parade a little bit, I mean, this is the, like the mafia will maybe have a cafe which is legitimate, or a laundromat, or some sort of legitimate business. The cloud seeding for making it rain, hail suppression and stuff, that's actually quite fine. Silver is actually a great freaking thing for antibiotics. If you get burn or something, you put silver, it's actually not so bad. And they make it rain. They could do a better job of that. But anyway, they are not the guys up at 30,000 feet spraying all kinds of crap. This stuff is seriously poison. It is absolute warfare. So anyway, I kind of felt I was a little bit like an agent. And in fact, my grandfather on my mother's side was a spook. He was he worked for GCHQ, which is the NSA British version. Actually, so I sort of have that in me. In fact, like the best cops have a bit of criminal thing in them. And I actually had a dream. I had a dream in Death Valley in January. And I was coming to give a speech in a northern, clean, beautiful city. And, I'd already been to Vancouver. It's like, could this be Vancouver, right? And I was sitting at this big pool, and over there where those Coke cans are, maybe a bit further back, I look over, I meet eyes with someone, and when he looks back, nothing. And I realize, oh, other side. Is this a trap? And then I just bug out, and everything is perfect. And I was thinking, That was a very specific dream. If I knew AutoCAD, I could actually recreate it and make a 3D model. So today, sitting over there in that seat beside where you are was Dylan Peach. Dylan Peach is a member of a Facebook group called Kaku, Chemtrails Are Killing Us. They are shills. Shills are people whose job it is to stop this message getting out. They are my opposite number. Last week I was ruining their thing. This week he and his friend, I actually have his picture, I'll post it on here. We did selfies and stuff, he was lovely. Jordan, and they both, for some reason they didn't want to stay for my talk. I think they might have been nervous, but it's okay. They are just working for the other side. You do not dislike your sister who's a pain in the whatever. She's your sister. We are all connected. But if you have a sister who is stealing your stuff or kicking you in the shins or just making all this noise, won't keep her steady, you tell her, cut it out. You have to, it's not, they are being dicks. I'm afraid that's the only way you can put it. And they are, when you go to the very far, at the polar opposite, you have absolute good, absolute evil. The absolute evil sets this stuff in motion, the scumbags. The people who work for the scumbags are the douchebags. Dylan, Peach, say hi, is a douchebag. And that's just a mixture. And I mean him no antipathy. He is doing my job on the other side. He is infiltrating, he's pretending to be one of us, although with those guys, you always use what we have. Our strengths are love, honesty, forgiveness. Honesty, when I was there, I made no bones. I was absolutely, of course I'm Patrick, I hate chemtrails. You guys are being hurt by them as well, because when people start getting an idea about this, they're going to come after weather modification and only spray silver iodide. You don't want the pitchforks and torches aimed at you. Everybody who knows somebody who is in this, and you all, not talking about this room, everyone knows someone who might be down in Tacoma at Boeing, or they're in the Air Force, or there's all these places. Yes, it's a covert program. Yes, if they speak out, bad things will happen. But what we have to let them know is this is killing everything. This is absolutely anti-life. They are stopping the sun reaching the earth. They're taking away carbon dioxide, which is plant food. Do you hate trees? And also, rain. Water, carbon dioxide, sunlight. How can you get elected voting against, or on your platform to be against that? It's pure evil. And of course, they can take all their precautions because they know it's being sprayed. Oh yeah, we'll avoid that area, we'll take this countermeasure or whatever. That information does not get, Dylan did not get that memo. And by being here, please watch it, listen. Even if the compartmentalized information will come down several chains, those people can't tell any of their friends, and they will see their loved ones dying. I mean, the pure evil guys, we're not going to reach them. That's just a fact of life. Just because there's an up, there's an out. But the ones in between, we need to reach them. And what our job, all of you out here, the activists, the soldiers, we are soldiers. This is war. There's no mistake. They are flying planes over us and killing us. That to me is, it's like air raids. There's no sirens, but it's that serious. We need to fight with truth and love. The truth, education. So what I do, I have flyers on my website. Stop Spraying Us. There's all kinds of good stuff there. What we need to establish and make known, as well known as the dangers of GMOs are, is the health effects. And it's easily done. Deaths are public records. Causes of death are public records. We need granular data on causes of death. And then we're already taking pictures of the sky and doing rainwater analysis. And if you can go to your coroner's office and force them through a Freedom of Information request to say, okay, show me who died of what, when. And if we crowdsource this and show, yeah, when they spray, a bunch of people die, and here is this vast amount of evidence, and push that, and have that message, and push that out into the zeitgeist, we win. And in fact, we have already won, and here's why. Nature does not like imbalance at all. It doesn't. Try filling up one side of your tub. It doesn't work. And the good thing is, if you, since we're like skewed this way, when it corrects, it's actually going to go up in our side. We're coming into a very beautiful time, and eventually it'll settle down and they'll be douchey again. And when they're douchey again, people like me will pop up like mushrooms. And I'm just a guy. I've been downloaded this information. I'll sound like a crazy person to anyone who isn't spiritual, but when you get closer to the source, truth and serendipity, it just comes at you from all angles. And even the most scientism-ish person, they say, oh, we all came from the Big Bang. We all came from, we're all part of the thing, and we're all fractals, and some make bad choices like we have, like Dylan, bless him, hope he figures it out. And like I said, you can love someone who has made mistakes. And that's what we have. They do something else, that's fine. And also, again, it's a spiritual battle. They are offering pain and fear and suffering and corruption and whatever. If someone comes to you and offers you fear, you say, I didn't like that, no thanks. And just your will is absolutely powerful. Everybody's in here, everyone. And of course, look at what they're doing. They're spraying aluminum, a neurotoxin. In our water, there is fluoride, a neurotoxin. In our fillings, there's mercury, a neurotoxin. In every single frickin' plastic or whatever gets introduced into our environment, it's an estrogen mimicker. Fancy that. Everything is an estrogen mimicker. Why doesn't everything make your hair grow longer or your eyes turn green? They are doing this in plain sight, and they consider themselves, we're the illumined ones. Oh, we're so great. These guys are so stupid. We can do anything we want to them, and they're so dumb. And they'll actually thank us for doing this stuff to them. Not all of us. I don't see any freaking wool in this room, And I am okay with being sheared once in a while, because predators exist, and they're going to rip you off and be, they're going to do that. But when they move too far over to make, mutton, no, that is not going to happen. And you think, I'm just one little person, and how can I? We have the power of truth and light and love, and look around you. I come from a beautiful place, San Francisco. It's gorgeous, the Marin Headlands, all right. But here, whoa, it's really dramatic. Tomorrow, I'm going up to the headwaters over on, I think it's called Lynn Valley. Lynn Valley. Because I was here back last time Matt invited me here. I went up to the source there. I drank the water, and then bam! It was like there was a herd of buffalo. It was the energy, like, whoa! And like I was in Shasta. Shasta is a beautiful, calm, nurturing thing. And the water there makes you feel, and it's very feminine and nice. That's like, whoa. That power is everywhere. The Native Americans when they talked about the spirits of the air and the trees and the earth and the sky and the wind and the whatever, they're real. They really are. You can try this yourself. Go to a store and buy 2 plants, feed them the same, water them the same, put them in separate rooms, go to one plant and say, you're not that great, or whatever. And you go to the other one and say, oh, you're so beautiful. At the same distances, so that's controlling for the amount of carbon dioxide you're giving the thing. You've got to do it scientifically. Do the 2 plants. The plant that you love will go, yay! And the other plant will go, this spiritual stuff, what we see in this room is just the physical manifestation of a bunch of spirits. Like if you cut off your foot, is your spirit gone? No. Nobody really understands it, and I don't think we really will. But when you see the force and power of love, it's really quite humbling. And I feel honored to be able to fight for all of those spirits. And those spirits help. They have brought me to places where I've learned, I have this understanding, and it is, I wanted to finish this speech with an expletive. Because I never swear, or I try to edit myself every time I speak, because, if you have an F-bomb in there, your YouTube will be restricted and fewer people will see it. But it really is actually sometimes appropriate. We're being sprayed. And actually, that's the other thing. There's the people who are doing it and the people who are against it are actually about even numbers, even amount of energy. We need more on our side to tip the balance and expose them, and the balance will be restored. And the thing is, it's a no-brainer. If you're in I've used this analogy many times. If you're in an apartment building and there's a fire in the basement and there's smoke and flames and stuff, of course you're going to bang on everyone's doors like, there's a fire. And when you come to a door where the person says, no, I don't believe you, you're a conspiracy theorist, you don't spend time arguing with them. You might have someone who would be there who actually wants people to get hurt, and they'll say, no, don't tell anyone, it's whatever. Anytime you come across your opposite number or a shill of any kind, anyone with a wrong energy, move away from them. Just don't even respond, block them, move on. Part of their ways of fighting us is infecting us with the cancer of their dark souls. And they can do it by getting you angry in a flame discussion in a thing. You just say no. Don't ask no, you say no. And yes, there are many ways you can use legal and whatever, but I forget who was the awesome guy who, there's legal things like if you do harm to someone, that's a crime, and it's very simple. If you let something happen, or by omission conceal it, it's everyone who is informed, and we have no shortage of evidence. That work has been done. Everybody, politicians, media people, whatever. We send to them irrefutable evidence, certified mail return receipt requested that they, at this date, were informed. And then you build a frickin' spreadsheet that you share widely, and you can do a Google Doc or Pastebin. If they don't do anything, They are accessories to murder, which has no statute of limitations. And we can just build this thing, and it'll just be another thing that we'll build. And this is something everyone can do. No matter what country you're in, you just do the same thing. Translate it to frickin' Urdu and send it to your village elf. It doesn't matter. Build these huge database of all the collaborators, and over time, they'll get nervous. And that's a way. But the number one, we need to balance this spiritual battle. And we also need people, I'm just the current person standing up here. There are people before me, there are going to be people after. This is a flow. It's winnable. It's already won. We just need to do our part. And everyone knows. A dog knows right and wrong. Have you ever seen a dog that knows it's, it's a simple thing. That's wrong. This is right. And you know yourself what the right thing to do is. And when you do the wrong thing, it feels weird. It's just like, it's just not right. You do the right thing, and for me, the right thing is telling everybody, look, this stuff, look up here, and I give them actually, I forgot the Scotland statistic. Scotland released their mortality statistics for 2015, and between 2014 and 2015, their death rate from respiratory failure went up 13.8% in 1 year, right? Scotland gets sprayed, I don't know how, I can't compare. Some people say, yeah, but we get sprayed really bad. If you extract, that's a small country by terms of population, but we got like 7 billion people. And then, if anyone here's had credit card debt and knows what compound interest really means, they are really cranking up the war. But on this side, all you people know, you keep meeting people who get it. The awareness, the enlightenment is going way up. And in fact, one of the top scumbags, a guy called Zbigniew Brzezinski, wrote in a book a couple of years ago, there's this grand global awakening. He's the founding member of the Trilateral Commission. He funded Pol Pot. He's the other side. He wrote Between Two Ages, which is the foundation of which was taken from technocracy, the source of Agenda 21 and the technological enslavement we're in right now. This phone only exists because of Zbigniew Brzezinski wrote about it. But he was told beforehand and whatever. It wasn't new. They do not like the fact that we are becoming awake, and maybe the fact that we're becoming more awake is making them do their thing, action, reaction, I don't know, but it's wrong and it's got to stop. And we don't ask, we say no. Fuck that shit. Yeah! Fuck that shit. Questions? Anybody? Anyway, so my website, stopsprayingus-sf.com, and I'm in San Francisco and I'm fighting the scumbags. You all should do too. I'm just some guy. I got nothing. I got a voice, I got a brain, I have eyes. I have help, which you will have when you're helping. Look at the beauty around you. When you're helping that, you get all kinds of help. And I don't care if someone will write me off as, you're some sort of, new age, whatever the hell. This stuff's true and people know it. None of the shills. I've been being very open about this good-evil thing and calling them by name. Not one of them has dared frickin' call me on this because everyone deep down knows it's true. There's good, there's evil, we're all connected. And the enemy is just like your crappy uncle. He's family, and we need to tempt them back over here because we have like ice cream and puppies. It's actually nicer here. They are held together with fear and control. They're a horrible pyramid thing that goes to a point where it's like really where ours is a lotus that goes out. We have it way better. I mean, we call it good. You know, that might give you some clue of it. So, yeah, be a foot soldier for good. And now, if anyone has any questions?
Especially with the current thing that's happening at Fort McMurray, I think the whole country seems to look at that as an example and try to...
We have so many examples all the time. Those sort of, yeah.
How do we stop this now that we see the primary effects? It says the warmest recorded history of temperatures in April this year, even worse than last year, 2 months earlier in the fire season. Fort McMurray fire should be very good evidence.
Okay, question?
Global warming, it's strictly...
Yeah, the question was how, using the Fort McMurray thing as a way to expose what's going on. It is a good thing, but what we need to remember, like I'm part of a continuum, they're part of a continuum. The reason I needed the work done by people before me, and I'm not going to go to completion, there's going to be people after me. You don't just, let's have a war. You have to plan it. You have to train all your people. You've got to get material into position. And you have to think, what if they do that? Oh, wait, and you've got to make... It's a long process. The scumbags work in 100, 200 years periods where they plan stuff for a long time. It takes a long time for them to set all this stuff. I mean, it's just freaking getting on a plane. It's like, it's a drag. But they have all of these freaking things. That's a lot of work with a lot of people, and it took a lot of time, a lot of planning. Our side, though, gets to play with puppies and ice cream, and we are just given the information we need at that point. We don't need to be a part of a big organization or a group. As individuals, you will get the thing that you need, and while this is a great example. The Fort McMurray thing is what people are thinking about right now. And then you say, by the way, did you know that aluminum kills trees? You got massive levels of aluminum, and that's why you got dead trees, increased fire. However you're talking to people, you can get into any subject because the scumbags have their freaking tendrils and everything. If they're into sports, have some sort of thing that goes from sports into this. You talk to people directly. You don't shout at a room. You go spirit to spirit, soul to soul, connect with them, and they'll feel your truth, and you'll say, I think you should know, by the way, this stuff's bad. Maybe look into it, and then spark their interest, and maybe one in however many, the seed lands on fertile soil and whatever. But the thing is, I'm finding now, the more I am given, I don't have any people who disagree. I mean, Dylan already knows. I mean, he's paid to hold the other line, like, these guys are crazy. He knows too. When you have truth, people can feel it. It's a thing. Like love is a verb. Anyway, sorry. Again, you're talking to a hippie.
When Donald Trump pushes Hillary Rodham Clinton into a corner, then there will be improvements against the scumbags or whatever that you're talking about here. The bad guys is like that.
Okay, so the question was, the statement, I guess, was about Hillary Trump. I don't pay attention to what middle management does or what's going on in the mailroom. They can argue about whose turn it is to clean the coffee machine, but who cares? Folgers, I don't give a crap, They are wheeled out to say, it's like the scumbags. Okay, I should actually explain the scumbags a bit better. So we have this mob thing, like people stealing lunch money, whatever, and the government is another fractal of it. Pay your property taxes or bad things will happen. And above them, at the global level, it's the same sort of thing like The Godfather. The most powerful people will group together to screw everybody else over. I don't even know who they are, because the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers could be fronts for somebody else. I just call them the scumbags, the other side. And politics is theater. Nothing ever changes with an administration, except maybe the rhetoric. Don't even bother. I don't even pay attention at all.
Has anybody tried anywhere, like public demonstrations, organizations, I know that's old-fashioned way of doing things, but maybe I'm showing my age here, but, I mean, or do we simply not have enough people to...
No, we have, you'd be surprised. Once you start talking to people, a lot of people are fully aware, and a large number of people are like, what is that? I've heard two things, but I don't know. And it's and when you give them the truth, it's easy to get over. Organizations and groups, I don't, because the other side uses organizations and groups. We have family and loosely knit tribes or friends and stuff, but not like, no, we don't have a chain of command. And plus they'll all get infiltrated anyway. But
I mean, sorry. But theoretically, like if a group, I don't know, in Santa Monica or LA or whatever,
yeah.
Like say 5 or 10,000 people showed up. But of course nowadays everybody showed on TV. But I mean,
oh, that's going to happen. Oh, that's going to happen. That will happen. Yeah. And it won't get covered. I mean, they didn't cover them on March Against Monsanto. There's thousands of people there. But it's not about marches. It's talking to the person next to you on the bus. It's your, everyone. You're just like, oh, hey, and by the way, it's kind of nasty today. And you do it with care for their well-being. And it's always with love. I mean, it seems counterintuitive because, they're fighting us, we need to fight them, we should shoot down the planes. No, that creates widows and orphans, and then sympathy for the other side. No, does not work. Getting into an argument with a shill, if you ain't getting into an argument with a shill, you come away feeling horrible. That's not good. You're just like, block. So don't use or even look at their stuff, but when they are directly coming at us, you say no, hell no, fuck no. And we all need to be that freaking 2-year-old who won't get in the car seat. We all have this. I mean, cats, try to get a cat to go into a cat carrier when he doesn't want to, ain't gonna happen. And it's like this big, it has claws, but it's that big. So we all have that power, and we've been drilled into our heads. Oh, the Lone Ranger, the cavalry, it's the hero will do it. No, you will. You will. I'm doing it right now. And earlier I heard myself being described as a leader. No, don't follow me. I mean, if you see something that I do and you think it's effective and you want to steal, borrow, whatever, use that, be my guest. Everything I do is open source. It's for everyone, and we are getting help from nature itself, capital N, and it's already won. The amount of serendipity and love and perfection that's going through me, I know it sounds crazy. I mean, if I heard myself a few years ago, like, what? Who's that guy? But when you realize the force of it, we have that, and they don't. They don't have empathy. They got none of that, and it sucks. I'm sure they get pleasure from being evil and cunning and all that kind of stuff, but we have all the good stuff, and we've already won. Every, light and dark, light always outshines dark. Dark will always be dickish and try to go, but, all you have to do is turn the light up and boom, gone. And we need to turn the light up in our souls and say no. So with that, I will pass you over to Amanda, another foot soldier in the fight against evil.
And they do infiltrate movements.
Oh, we had 2 of them today.
They actually infiltrated this movement, or this event tonight. They approached me and told me that they were fans of mine and they wanted to take pictures with me. They took pictures, videos, they took pictures and videos of my friends. I was pulled to the back and I was told by a very credible and reliable source that they were CACU trolls. If any of you know what that is, it's chemtrails are killing us.
Paid shills.
Yeah, they're paid government shills, trolls, and haters. So I just wanted to make all of you aware that we did identify them. I have all the footage. Once I identified them, I went ahead and recorded them, recording us, and I'm going to post all of that on the internet. They did.
We did selfies. We were doing it.
One of the guys actually had a camera, and he flipped it back so the camera was facing us in his pocket.
Yeah.
And he just recorded all of us while we talked. And it was sad to watch because I couldn't inform the people that were around at the time. But I just wanted to make this, because this is a live feed, I just want to let everybody know that they did infiltrate our group, and we did identify them. One of them goes by the name of Dylan. He's planning on posting this all on their hate site, but we're going to go ahead and expose them first. So, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. So that will wrap it up, I guess. I want to thank everybody here for being true to your light, doing the right thing. And the more you do it, you get rewarded, and it is awesome. And this is the most important thing. They are fighting life. Like all life. Sunlight, water, carbon dioxide. With it, take one of those away, you know, you got some problems. So it's very clear cut. Pure evil, and we use pure good to defeat them. And like I said, I was talking with Dylan earlier. I was talking to him as a friend. He is my opposite number, who made some wrong decisions. And everyone in Kaku, I wish you'd figured out that you're getting poisoned too, and all your family, and you really should maybe put your tools down or take up gardening or something. But spoiler alert, we win.
That's right. No running up. All right, come on now. And that about wraps it up, you guys. Oh, Ilana.
All right, yay!
Dominic. Oh, yeah. We're
Can
gonna
someone
get
take a
Dominic.
picture with my camera?
I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so
Say
much,
hello.
everybody.
Yay, wave at the camera.
Come on. Okay, on three we go. 1, 2, 3, now. Okay.
Come on. 1, 2, 3,
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. I really appreciate it. Please spread the word and stick around. We're going to have food. We have food. We're going to have drinks. We have drinks. And if anybody is short on cash and they want me to give them a glass of wine, please come ask, and I'll be happy to do that. Thank you so much for being the change you want to see in the world. I love you guys. Hey, let me get you a glass of wine.
All right, nice.
Let me get you a glass of wine. Let me get you a glass of wine.